Bugsy Bug here and welcome back to another video. This is the second video in my series called Remake a Character May, where I was planning on, across the month of May, trying to design, or rather redesign, a lot of characters that I made for October over a year ago, where I made a character every single day of October, based on a drawing prompt list that I had created. At this point, it's obviously not going to be finished fully by the end of May, considering I still have so much to get done. I had planned on being able to finish all of it in time, but some stuff came up that made it so that I didn't have as much time to be able to work on it. But I do plan on, when I start to have more free time, finishing it up, but I don't plan to stop working on it. It's just going to take a little bit for me to be able to fully finish it. Especially with how long character designing takes, because you can't just work from a design that's already there and you have to create it. And I do love creating designs, it just takes quite a while. Especially since I'm trying to work with a lot more variety in terms of character designs. So I'm trying to branch out a bit more and get more used to drawing different types of body types and stuff like that, so that I have more experience with that type of stuff, especially since Art Fight's coming up in July. But I am very much planning on still trying to finish this. It will just be a long time after May by the time it gets done. So that's that, I guess. But I'm still going to be working on it and trying my best to redesign our characters, which, despite how long it's taken, I have been having a lot of fun with. There's just been a few unexpected challenges with drawing the most recent character, called Violet. And they are based off of the prompt for Spring. Both in the old design and in the current one, I'm still not sure what they're really supposed to be. Inspiration just kind of struck me. I originally based the tongue off of a hummingbird, so I did actually, in the newer version of design, I actually based the stomach around hummingbirds and other small birds, because smaller birds tend to have very round stomachs, and I thought that would be something cool as a detail to incorporate into design. Violet also has a lot of smaller, more reptilian or dragon-like elements, even though the design is mostly cat-like, aside from the weird, odd bird wings that I added, because I thought the cherry blossom wings just didn't work as well. I did have a lot of trouble with designing the colors, though, after the design itself was done. It was hard making it so that the back of the character design looked good, too, because of the fact that a lot of that was originally taken up by a bit of design that I couldn't just remake to be better, because a lot of it just had to be changed. And then I also had a lot of issues with too many cold colors, with mostly blues, and the purples that there were more purplish and less bright. So I added some orange and some yellow as a high contrast color to make it really pop. Aside from that, it was also very challenging since I couldn't really look up any kind of reference for it, so I had to mainly work off of my imagination for it, compared to looking up even just basic poses for cats and other creatures. So I did have some trouble, especially with snout placement. But I am ultimately very proud of how it came out. Violet I drew as a much bulkier character than Aspen, which I think was very cool, being able to practice drawing different character body types, because I really want to be able to branch out a lot more, and that will be able to make it so that I can. And aside from that, I'm just very happy with how it turned out. It was very, very challenging and took quite a while, but I'm really glad I put in the work because the character design just looks amazing. It's just really cool. Anyway, aside from that, I'm just not sure what to say. I'm just very glad about how it came out. Also, with Art Fight coming up in July, probably in the near future, I'm going to end up adding these characters once they're all done onto Art Fight in case anybody wants to draw them and experiment with the character design. And as you're watching this, I'm probably going to be already started, hopefully finishing faster, with the next character, which should hopefully take a lot less time, except it's also going to be a bit more complicated since the character design is so simple that I'm going to have to remake so much of it to make it look unique that it is going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. Have a wonderful time zone, and I will bug you later.